All right, so it looks like we are live now. Welcome, everybody, to the Compassionate Leaders series. I'm so excited to be here once again to interview another heart-centered entrepreneur. Today, I have Ellen Morano with us. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Caroline. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, most welcome. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Caroline Lee Dewey, and I am a transformational coach and healer, as well as a conscious entrepreneurship coach. And I am here once again to bring on this another amazing heart-centered entrepreneur to just showcase her work, show you guys what she is offering, what she's been up to, and to also just encourage more people to, follow their purpose, follow their passion, and get out there and do what really lights them up. So my first question, as usual, for you today, well, first let me introduce you. Ellen Morano is a certified associate pranic healer and a certified pranic healing instructor. And she's been working full time doing pranic healing and teaching for the past 10 years. So my first question, as always, is what really are you most passionate about? What really lights you up?
What lights me up when a client comes to me and very depressed, like as if like it's the end of the road for them. They've taken all the stuff, got all the medicine they can have, alternative, and then once the session is done, I could just feel my heart when I see their lips go up to the ears.
Yeah.
And some people was just like, what just happened? I was like, and that really breaks my heart because this is not very complicated to learn. It's just a matter of learning and simple techniques that my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Kuk Sui, taught me in 1993.
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that and can so resonate with that too. That ability to connect with people and share things that aren't always. It's not always such a complicated process. The way that we can support one another and serve. So that's wonderful. So my next question is, can you tell us a little bit about your story? Have you always been doing pranic healing, or how did you get into this work as an entrepreneur?
So I grew up with asthma and it went away when I was 11. But when I start working in a production company where the stress level is like maybe 3 times taller than me, and I started my family, I have my little boy, and juggling everything was just like stress got me.
Mm.
And so asthma came back and I was like, I don't want to ruin this job because it's very, it's not a common job. It's production, it's animation in the Philippines. So I don't want to mess it up and like turn around because of health issues. And so I go to the church every day, like praying for an alternative. And one day my uncle priest called me like, oh, we learned pranic healing. And I said, wow, this is an answered prayer. So I ran to the bookstore, I got the book, and when I opened the book, like energy healing, I'm not sure. My I was just so new to this then, 27 years ago. I was like, I don't know. I thought like what I'm asking is something that I can ingest, I can soak myself into. And but since in my mind this is an answered prayer, I kept browsing the book. Anything, any sentence, any word that will really like touch me. But in the end, in the back of the book, there was an office address. It was the founder's office. And I didn't even realize how blessed am I to learn from the founder until I got here in Los Angeles. So that's what my story is like. So with that miraculous healing on that day on the class, my heart and my like your heart is your love for immediate people, immediate family and friends. But when the crown chakra opens, you don't care. You just want to reach out to all people. So maybe he activated my chakras, especially my crown, because my thought was like, I want to knock on all my neighbors who have difficulty breathing. And I think sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's great. Such a great story of, we least expect it kind of thing. You weren't looking for this in any other way, but it sounds like it really changed your life. And so, can you say a little more too, about how that unfolded into going the work that you were doing before in production, animation, into doing the work as a pranic healer?
Yeah, in the Philippines, I work in production, and as you know, when I received that pranic healing session, it didn't only address my physical condition, but it activated my prosperity energy. You know, the basic chakra, the tailbone, that's the energy of prosperity. So when the
Wow.
heart opens, and maybe the teacher knows I have to do more, or maybe I'm capable of doing more, helping more people. So it opened my basic chakra, so I got good breaks in my career, from an accounting job to being an overseas production coordinator, working with a producer from another country. And so that was the reason why I migrated here in the US. You know, after all those gigs, I came here thinking like, okay, I got healed with asthma. I just, enjoy. I look for a 9 to 5 job that I don't have to worry about deadlines, scenes like that after 5 o'clock. Sure enough, I was working in a printing shop here in Los Angeles, and still I do accounting jobs. So out of nowhere, I got an order, and the lady said, "Please, I want to process this order ASAP. Can you check our order? We'll process the payment, everything." Guess what? When I opened the file, it's a pranic healing brochure of Master Code, the teacher in the US. In the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, I think I have lots of work to do, because I took most of the classes in the Philippines, because one of the breaks when I was working with the overseas as a overseas coordinator, I was earning dollars in the Philippines. I took all the classes. My husband said like, that's so pricey. You should have gone to a medical school. I said, hello, I'm looking for an alternative. And then and that was the start that I connected with Masako. And guess what? His office was 60 miles away from me. It's an hour drive. There could be so many printing shops in the area. And out of nowhere, it landed on my desk. But since I took most of the spiritual classes in the Philippines, it connected the dots. I was like, okay, I think I have something to do. So it just came to me. I started reviewing the classes with him, and I was like, okay, I think I can make this. So another class I took in the Philippines is called Kriya Shakti. It's the science of materialization. And so, sometimes our perception of spirituality is like we just have to give, 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 and give. I really scared my husband. He thought like I would just like be out there for service, and we could not, supply our own needs. So the Kriya Shakti the teacher told me is you have to have enough money so you can serve more people.
Mhm.
And that I said, this is the one I was looking for. It confirmed that I'll do this as a full-time career. Yes. So it happened here in the US. And also there was another class in the Philippines that says, you will be brought to a place where you can really practice. I said, yes, what a better place I can be, right? And so that's why. So I slowly transitioned. So from a full-time accounting job, I slowly transitioned to bookkeeping jobs, like part-time. So I can take care of clients. And then, so when I got here in the US, when I met Masuko, he said, oh, you just do service. I opened 6 healing clinics in the area where I lived. I don't have a budget because I just migrated, but my thought, my heart and my crown just telling me, you can do this. So I just jump into it, and it built my clientele.
Yeah.
That's how I built my clientele. And so Masako said, oh, maybe you can teach pranic healing level 1. I was like, me? And my husband said, who would believe you? You're in America. Who would believe energy healing? I was like, no, no, no. I have to do this. I have to do this. So here's the highlight. of the transition. So I was already a certified instructor. I was teaching level 1, and I have a student, very simple lady. She said, Ellen, I want you to do, because we teach remote healing. Ellen, I want you to work on my family. I'm going on a world tour. I said, oh, world tour. Who is she? But anyway, she said, I'll send you an email. I'll mail you the check. The check came less than a week. So I told my husband got the mail, and I told him, open the check. Guess how much? It's $5,000.
Wow.
I just met the person in the class, and she gave me $5,000. And that's the day I declared to my husband, this is what I want to do. And everything just followed through. Clients after clients, and I have clients who pay me like on a monthly basis. So everything. So the teacher said, as soon as the recipe is like service and tithing. As soon as you help so many people, and at the same time, you also give money to charitable organizations, you'll be taken care of with what your dreams are or your goals are. I was like, what an easy formula for an accounting to figure it out.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that story, and the message that comes with that, of just how simple it really is when we get into alignment with our purpose, and that we have that awakening to how we can serve and how we can give to people and help people, and then we get like fired up about it and motivated to really follow through and do it. Then everything else just will kind of fall into place to some extent, which is really really incredible.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
Yeah, you make me cry. It made me recall.
It is. I mean, it's such a blessing. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit more, maybe a little more specifics, explaining what pranic healing is, or how it kind of works a little bit for anyone who doesn't know anything about spiritual healing or energetic healing?
Yeah. So Grandmaster Cho Kuk Sui he's a chemical engineer. So he make it very simple, like a recipe. You don't have to look for signals. You don't have to be like, tapping into a whatever wire, But this is what he said. This is a non-touch healing modality that uses the white light from your hands to clean your energy centers. Okay, example, pinch the middle of your palm like this. When you do this, the white light in your hands just brighten up if you can see energy. And then these are the key. Put the tongue on the palate, because that's how the energy could circulate. You connect your tongue, so the front and back orbit connects, so the energy circulates. So we don't use our own energy to heal. We use the energy from the environment, And then so there's air prana, there's solar prana, there's ground prana. And so when you do this, put your tongue on your palate. If you have throat issues, you're like, automatic, there's a white light. Just do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure you have a trash bin. It's either you imagine a green fire or a salt bowl water. Even in the inner world, we are not allowed to litter, because the karma of going back, you wouldn't know. I always tell my students, if you get the ticket in the driving, at least you see the sheriff is there, right? But the karmic effect of your littering, you wouldn't know when is it happening, when is it coming back to you, You don't want to like, oh my God, I made a mistake, right? And so, always, pranic healing, character building is very important. Yeah, we cannot just say like la la la, spirituality. There is a structure. Grandmaster made it a really good structure that it's not just healing, but it's your journey through spirituality.
Yeah.
I hope that helped.
Yes, it does. Thank you. I love that. So what would you recommend for someone who is interested in learning more about pranic healing, working with you with actual healing work, or I know you also offer meditations, and you're going to be doing a mastermind, or it may already have started, but can you tell us a little bit about what you've got going on available for people?
Yeah. So when you go to my website, I have a daily meditation. We started it since the lockdown March, and today it we did the 270th day today. Can you imagine that? At 10 o'clock in the morning, people shows up to meditate. So we're
Mm.
like 20, 25 people. And the teacher said, if there's 7 people meditating, the equivalent downpour of energy is 100. And if
Mm.
we have 21, that's why like they're blazing out. This is addictive, Ellen. They come back because they feel the relief. So
Mm.
that's one. You go to my website, the link is there, or you can even go to pranichealing.com. I'm also listed there. And then the mastermind group is I want to create a group. When you go to mastermind.com, I think Caroline will send the link.
Mm.
So it's a group where, I don't tell you to really believe me right away. I want you to experience it first. I want to know what is your problem. How can I help you? You know,
Mm.
it's not that whether you like it or not, you have to believe pranic healing. No. However, I can help you because the program is not just like pranic healing. I included essential oils and other exercises that can help move our energy and remove the blockages. Basically, disease happens, it's because of our emotional blockages. Yeah. And so, yeah, the mastermind and I'm meditation and go to my website also. Yeah, I have some offers there and we go from there. If I want you to experience the meditation first, because
Mm.
I don't want to shock you, like, just drag you. Yeah, experience the meditation first. And if you're one of them who said, like, Ellen, this is addictive, I can stop joining, and then you're on board, and then we move forward from there.
Mm.
Right? We
Yeah.
don't force people. I prefer people to discover it themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love that. I love that approach of just bringing in first with the meditation. I think that's really wonderful.
Yes.
So, well, thank you so much for being here today. Do you have anything else that you want to share with the people watching, or any message you want to give to people before we wrap up?
Okay, I think I mentioned this in the last podcast that I was invited to. Like, however, I can help you. And one thing is, don't wait until you're in the edge. You know, some people come to me in the edge where they already like ruin the physical body, right? So in pranic healing, physical body and the energy body is interpenetrated. So that's why it's non-touch, just working on the energy level, just working here. You don't even like to touch your throat. If you just do like this, you get a big relief on your throat because worry sits in the
Mhm.
throat, and this is the issue during these challenges, right? You just do like this on your throat, and you feel like, oh yeah, the worry went away, and
Yeah.
that could create a blockage of the energy circulation. Yeah. So only that's the message I want to say. Just give it a try, give it an open hand. And I think I mentioned it in one of my Facebook live. I won't convert you. I just want you to experience stillness and
Mm.
let you experience what's the difference on your emotions before the meditation and after the meditation. I
Mhm.
don't mention religion. We just put your tongue on your palate and I just let you bless your family and friends. Give, because as you give, you receive. That's what the teacher always tells
Mhm.
us. It is in giving that we receive. That's why the
Mhm.
meditation in Twin Hearts is the physical heart and the divine heart. Because as you get to be open to helping people, this just opens up. You don't have to chant any mantra or whatever to open your crown. Just activate your heart and your crown chakra opens. And it's amazing. I mean, for me to be here since 1993 and a big advocate of like my heart is like, if I could shake people, but that's not the way we want to do, just come and experience the meditation and ask me, how can I help you?
Mhm. Love it. Awesome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for sharing with us today. And I will absolutely put a few links in the description for this video for anybody who's interested in learning more. And you certainly can reach out to Ellen directly as well. And for anyone who is interested in seeing more of these interviews in the Compassionate Leaders series, you're welcome to join my Facebook group. It's called Manifest Your Best Life, Freedom, Impact, and Abundance. And if you are interested in becoming or expanding as a conscious entrepreneur, I also would be more than happy to welcome you into my community for that as well. So reach out for whatever kind of help you need, whether it's from me or from Ellen today. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the day wherever you are in the world. Okay.
Thank you, Carlin. Many blessings to your heart, to your, heart-centered community. I mean, this is the only way we can reach out to more people.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.